Hi everyone, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son.
Hi.
And this is a week that was WWE. This is Smackdown. 25th of June 2019. Started off with a little bit of a backstage promo from Shane McMahon, saying basically that the Smackdown roster did not want to get on his bad side. Obviously, he's a bit frustrated and annoyed from what happened on Monday night when who returned?
Undertaker.
The Undertaker returned and took out Shane and Drew McIntyre.
And he said, if Undertaker's a dead man, Roman could be a dead man too.
Yep, that's it, right? Then the New Day came out and done a promo to start, sort of officially start SmackDown. It's the same sort of promo as they've done the last couple of weeks. Kofi Kingston was saying more about Samoa Joe. Obviously, Samoa Joe attacked him on Raw. That then brought out Dolph Ziggler. Obviously, them two have had a little bit of a rivalry, haven't they, over the last couple of months. Ziggler lost at Stomping Ground. He did a bit more about that promo and that. Then it was said that if Dolph Ziggler could beat Kofi Kingston later on in their matchup at the main event, then Dolph Ziggler would be added to the Extreme Rules match, which is Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. At this moment, I say that the brand split is kind of dead. Samoa Joe being a Raw guy, isn't he? And Kofi being a SmackDown, and now they're sort of interchanging who can go for the belts. I think they're all just say that the brand split is dead. Next, we had a backstage promo, which I will just quickly. It was a backstage sequence actually. I will just mention it was Rowan and Brian walking to the ring. Again, there was a Fireflies Funhouse puppet in the background. It was Huskus the pig. And then later on, during another sequence that we will get to in the review, there was a Ramblin' Rabbit as well. But we'll mention that when we get to it. Then we had Elias waiting outside, sort of Shane McMahon. So he was sort of like the bodyguard, playing his guitar a little bit. Then the Miz came in and said he had unfinished business with Shane McMahon. For Elias then to say, you know, you're best not to mess with Shane. He's upset, he's annoyed. So Miz left. Shane comes out, and they said about a match that Elias said to Shane that Miz wanted a match. So Shane said, "Yep, okay, we'll have that match tonight, but only if he can beat you, Elias, in a 2 out of 3 falls match." Or also, quickly, while I'm saying it, the Dolph Ziggler Kofi Kingston was going to be 2 out of 3 falls as well. Seems that they're doing a lot of these. I know that there's this thing about Vince doesn't want commercial breaks. The matches go through commercial breaks now. So what they're doing is 2 out of 3 falls matches and elimination matches, and in between the pins they're having a break, and that's when they're doing the commercial break. It's not clever booking on in my mind to do just every match a 2 out of 3 falls match when you know that the commercial breaks are coming. I think they need to get more clever with it, or they need to go back to the TV companies. I know it's hard for them, but they need to move their commercial breaks, because to be honest, I'm going to get sick of 2 out of 3 falls matches. I think everyone is, but that is what it is. Anyway, next it was the New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. The New Day actually won that match, for then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to attack the New Day, and as they were attacking them, Heavy Machinery came down as well, and they ended up having an 8-man tag, didn't they? Which Heavy Machinery got the win on Sami Zayn. So they're continuing it a little bit more, this feud. Obviously, Heavy Machinery had a match against Bryan at Stomping Ground and Rowan at Stomping Ground. They lost, so I think they're trying to sort of build up this tag team division a little bit more. Next we had the Miz versus Elias in a 2 out of 3 falls match with Shane McMahon at ringside. Not much to the match. Shane McMahon caused a DQ when he broke up the cover. They sort of set about the Miz. Then he sort of asked for the bell to be rung. The bell was rung, and then Elias quickly got the second and final fall. They attacked Miz after the match. They did a spear, obviously Roman Reigns. They were doing sort of mocking him with a spear to the Miz. Then he did it coast to coast while they were holding the Miz down. Let's say it is what it is. Shane seems to be taking over these both programs. It's getting a bit frustrating now. I wish they'd give some other people a bit more of a chance, but we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully, Extreme Rules, this will kind of be the end of it. Hopefully, Roman Reigns and the Undertaker will beat Shane and Drew, and that'll be the end of this storyline. Next, we had Finn Balor in the back with his Intercontinental title. That's it. Call the search party off. We found Finn Balor. Yes, he hasn't been seen for a few weeks, has he? Not a Stomping Ground defending the title or anything, but he was doing an interview saying about what's next, who's your next opponent. If only for Shinsuke Nakamura to walk in, didn't he? So call off search party again, Kai. We've found Shinsuke Nakamura. He hasn't been seen either for months, and while we're on the subject of not seeing people, I've seen rumours about Rusev at the minute. We haven't seen Rusev for a few months. It is the rumour is that his contract's up soon. We don't know whether he'll re-sign or not. We'll have to see. Next we had Nikki Cross versus Bayley. And the stipulation was that if Nikki Cross could beat Bayley, then Alexa Bliss would get another title shot at Extreme Rules. Quickly jump to the end. Nikki Cross actually won. She beat Bayley, so now Alexa Bliss has got a title shot again at Extreme Rules. Again, brand split doesn't exist, and be honest, I think Nikki Cross, they're pushing her a lot. She kind of could have done with that title shot, but that is what it is. So we have the next backstage sequence, which I was talking about, Ramblin' Rabbit. Basically, it was Carmella looking for our truth. She stumbled across Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and Ramblin' Rabbit was actually in the background there. Did you spot him? Yep, I spotted him too. It seems that I'm a little bit more wide-eyed and sort of looking at these things now to see where they pop up. So they've actually done something good there, aren't they? Because people are going to now be watching and scrutinising the both programmes to see. You never know, it might even appear on NXT or 205. We don't know. Basically, she found our truth for Drake Maverick then to come in. Not much to it, to be fair. It was what it was. No titles changed hands. The ending was that our truth sort of psyched Drake Maverick into getting a referee and that. And then he ended up just sort of running out and followed by the train of competitors after that belt. That was kind of it. And next, Ember Moon versus Sonya Deville. Not much to it. They've kind of had that rivalry for a few weeks now. Sonya Deville got the win. Kind of what it is. Next, it is the Black in the Back section. Say Black in the Back section. This time he's still asking for a competitor, but this time he got a knock at the door, so we don't know who that is at the minute. But hopefully now this will be an end of the Black in the Back section. Hopefully he will get a match against somebody. The rumours are it could be Cesaro. That's the rumour at the minute. We'll have to see what happens there going forward. And then quickly straight through SmackDown today to the main event. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston in a 2 out of 3 falls match. If Ziggler won, he would be added to the main event of Extreme Rules, which is actually Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe at the minute. Like I say, not much. I'm not really a big fan of seeing these two now. I thought they'd be really, really good. I think after that cage match, it really soured me to this rivalry because I wasn't impressed with that cage match. It basically went 1-1 and then 2-1 to Kofi, and Kofi won. Ziggler's not in that main event, and that's the end of that, hopefully. And we'll see, hopefully, a fresh new rivalry with Samoa Joe. But the trouble is, Samoa Joe is Raw, so the brand split doesn't work, does it? So yeah, that's SmackDown. SmackDown was, I think Raw was a little bit better this week, I think, to be fair. Than SmackDown. I felt SmackDown was kind of a filler show and a lot of the same stuff as what we've seen before.
I think the same.
Yeah, I think it was the same, to be honest, as what we've seen for the last few weeks. Hoping that they can change after Extreme Rules. It's going to be SummerSlam, so hopefully we'll get some more stories, new stories going into SummerSlam. And some new rivalries, and and they completely wipe the slate clean on some of this, and we can get some new stuff going forward. So yep, that is SmackDown. Like I say, I thought it was average. You thought it was some of the same average. So well, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. And I'll say goodbye and say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.